What's up, Union Arena players? This is Kyle D, better known as Universities, as we shed some light on this. We're going to be talking none other than Carta Magica regionals that happened this past weekend. So it's going to be cool to take a look at this and see where everyone kind of landed. So without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it. So taking a look here, we have the Carta Magical regionals. So this one had at least half the field being Kenshin, two of the Kenshin Saito decks, one blue Mustang. We had one purple bleach Renji Rush. We had Gawain, Kogias, one Lancelot, one none other than blue JJK Sukuna Kento Namami, and one of the Astas, red purple Astas. So taking a look though, pretty decent across the board of the meta shift up. Kenshin definitely showing its teeth, and Fangs as being one of the top decks. Again, high representation. Hopefully Kaiju number 8 can knock it a little bit down. If not, hopefully Yu Yu Hakusho can do a little bit of shenanigans. Again, the main reason why a lot of people won't touch like Yu Yu or Kaiju number 8 anymore in JP is because the format is extremely different. Even if they had the cards we had, the pool is just saturated with different decks that are just super strong that we'll never kind of have access to. Those decks are going to be very much under lock and key, right? So just taking that into account, let's take a look. First deck we're going to talk about is Roy Mustangs. They are playing two Alex Louis Armstrong. This is strictly to counter the red Kenshin matchup, because again, this card is a 45, which means it'll absorb all the damage of Kenshin as long as he comes down at the right time. And then basically Kenshin loses to decks that can have cards that are in these 45 range. 45 5Ks are Kenshin's like biggest weakness, and if you can get there into it efficiently, it definitely prevents the deck from going off, right? So Louis Armstrong can tank two of the Kenshin attacks. Well, at least one Kenshin block. If you have like two of them out, you can negate two, which is pretty good. Then, you know, you do have Roy Mustang that'll become very powerful on its own, which is pretty good in itself, right? So again, being able to control the board the way it does is super good. And again, a lot of people were saying Armstrong was the key to the point of dealing with red Kenshin. Now we do have red Kenshin getting second. Again, this deck focuses so heavily on being able to, you know, your opponent's character loses the battle, moves it to the energy line, because if you time things right, you can absorb a lot of the damage early on and just stop them from doing a lot of things. So switching to active may move to the front line. When attacking once per turn, you may place one card from your hand into the sideline. If you do, switch this character active. When played, draw a card. So it kind of self-fulfills itself. They do play two of this Kenshin that basically guarantees that the Kenshins can kill something. But again, biggest weakness of this deck is 45s and 5Ks. So at the end of the day, we kind of understand where it's going with. Megami is in here. Just choose one of to add up to one character with one or less energy requirement for your sidelight to hand. Okay, I kind of see where it's coming from, because it is a double energy generator, and then it fuels your Kenshin's discard. Or you get to choose one other character on your field. It gains 15,000 DP until the end of turn, which again is another benefit for Kenshin, especially if people are going to be playing 45Ks. You'll be able to, you know, get them hopefully off the board when you go for lethal, right? But yeah, you kind of just want them to stop being able to free block you. Choose one character on the field and switch it to active gates. 3,000 DP until the end of turn. Now taking a look. Yeah. Purple Ichigo Renji Rush is still a deck to be afraid of. This deck takes advantage of Renji 1-drop. Again, being able to play this high number of, you know, 12 plus the 8 1-drops just makes it so that your bottom end is super consistent, and they play two Kisuke Uraharas with, you know, Oetsu to combo in nicely just to clear up house. They are playing 4 of the 3 double energy generator that becomes a 4K when attacking Ichigo, because again, major staple. But again, I'm not a huge fan of the deck. I just don't understand the full play style, but again, that's just a lot more testing on my part needing to be done, to be honest with you. Red Kenshin, again, they're playing 3 Kenshin that will allow you to kill for double energy. Then outside of the ordinary, they are playing Yoko, Yakio. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. Then we have Saito. Being able to snipe with Saito is probably the biggest strength of this deck. Being able to snipe, get a 5th or 6th attack in just because your character can move up is really good. At the end of the day, it's up to you how you want to go about it, right? I think the fact that the matter is that your 2 costs can literally be a 0 cost in your opening hand. Really good. At the end of the day, the deck has a lot of good draw value, a good filtering base, and it will continue to be a meta contender. Code Geass. Code Geass is just doing Code Geass things. They're playing 2 checkmates. What's kind of funny here, if you look at it, I don't think they even updated the list in any way, shape, or form. They're still playing the OG list. So, yeah, besides putting checkmate in just to guarantee that you get an impact +1, just to kind of get that final lethal in, dang, this deck is still pretty good just for being its very first volume. Again, a lot of players just didn't find any value in the volume 2 stuff, which is understandable, right? Red Kenshin with Sonosuke. This is very interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Sonosuke is at least a double damager, but nullify impact. And basically, when this character attacks and is blocked, you may switch to resting 1 Sonosuke on your field. If you do, this character each 5,000 gains becomes a 5k and basically impact 1. Really solid at the end of the day, and I really do love when we get these kind of uniqueness in the lists. You know, being able to have these raid targets is really cool, and I think this might create some interesting people to play. Now again, wow, 2 people doing the same thing? Or did I grab... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Wow, 2 of the same exact list. Now we do have Lancelot. So taking a look here, they are playing the one of Euphemia, but they are also playing 2 unit maintenance. So where did they take the sacrificial pawn? Oh, they took the 4 cost Suzaku, brought it down to 3 to put the Euphemia. Being able to play Euphemia at 1 to give the protections is really solid, to be honest with you. Red Kenshin, taking a look here. Nothing out of the ordinary here. This is kind of base level what you expect. Red Kenshin, again, just being this base level. Now, we do have the Saito list. Very much generically what you'll find. They are playing 2 Yumi. Draw a card, then place 1 card from your hand into sideline. When sideline, if Makoto is in your front line, choose up to 1 character on your opponent's front line, switch it to resting. It's not terrible, but I don't think you're going to be doing the bottom half. You're going to definitely be doing just the draw +1 just to kind of get to your pieces. Kento Namami just showing in the work, comes in hard. Very interesting that they're only playing, you know, 4, 5, 6 Kentos, which isn't terrible, especially because this one draws you a bunch of cards by banishing 7, which is understandable. Then you have Kento and Kento. And yeah, just Kento Namami being really a powerful deck. Just being able to control the board a little bit with this new Kento, and just this Kento just being a menace near endgame is always scary. Kenshin, just super consistency. Dot deck. What else can you expect? Red Asta. So Tree of Cleafor is the promo Asta. That one is the double energy generator, and if it has something underneath, it becomes a 4k aggressively, which is pretty good actually for the aggression this deck kind of wants, and that promo definitely helps the deck out tenfold. Taking a look, Red Kenshin just being Red Kenshin, and then finally Red Kenshin again. But I think that gives you a good understanding of what the meta is shaping up to. Is everyone knows what the deck to beat is, right? It's going to be Red Kenshin. So what you need to do is adapt your deck into being able to beat it. Kaiju number 8 hopefully can lead to some sort of change up, or Yu Yu Hakusho would be amazing. But guys, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.